In this video, you're going to learn how to lead the song Rattle by Elevation Worship with just you and an acoustic guitar. Coming up. Welcome to Advanced Worship Guitar Tutorials. My name's Spencer Cormany from leadingworshipwell.com, and in this video, we're taking a look at the song Rattle by Elevation Worship. If you haven't checked out the cover that I put out of this song yet, you can check that out right here. That's going to show you the arrangement that you're going to learn in this video. Also, you're going to see some advanced guitar chords in this video, and maybe you don't know them. I'm going to teach you a few in this video, but if you want to learn even more, there's a link down in the description below to a free PDF called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords, where I show you even more advanced guitar chords that you can implement into your guitar playing to level up your guitar playing. Other than that though, let's get into the tutorial. Here we are in the intro of the song, and it just hangs on this one G chord. It looks like this, but we're going to be adding just a little fancy part to it. So the tab for the fancy part looks like this, and I'll try to play it slowly. It sounds like this. So, full speed, the intro sounds like this. That's the intro. Let's move into verse 1. Here we are in verse 1 of the song, and I've got some chord shapes to show you and then a little riff to show you on top of that. So these are the chords that we're going to be playing. We're going to start with this G that we were hanging on at the beginning. Then we're going to play a C by adding our first finger to the second fret of the D string. Back to that G. Then we're going to go up to this E minor, to this D, and then we're going to play this riff right here, which is what you hear all throughout the song. Looks like this, and it sounds like this. Just like that. So, verse 1 sounds like this. I'll play the whole thing. Sounds like this. Saturday was silent. Surely it was through. Since when has impossible ever stopped you? Friday's disappointment was Sunday's empty tomb. Since when has impossible ever stopped you? That's verse 1. Let's move into chorus number 1. Here we are in chorus number 1, and we're going to be hanging on this G chord at the beginning again, and then we're going to play a riff that's similar to the verse riff, but slightly different. So in the verse, we played C, G over B to a G. In this riff, we're going to play D, C, G. So the tab for that's right here. And then in the second half of the chorus, we're moving up to these high chords again. We're playing an E minor. This is the open the grave part. Open the grave, I'm coming out. D, move that 2 frets down to get a C, then to a big G, and then we'll play the riff that we played in the verse. So, altogether, chorus number 1 sounds like this. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. This is the praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. We'll hit that a couple times. Stare intently at the people that you're leading in worship. You don't have to do that, that's kind of weird. That's chorus number 1. Let's move into verse number 2. Here we are in verse number 2, and the first half of verse 2 is the same as verse 1 because we're going to keep it quiet, but in the second half of this verse, we jump the octave vocally, and we're going to open up the chords, so we're going to play a G like this in the second half. Then we're going to play a C like this, back to a G, to this E minor, to a D, and then the riff. So, altogether, verse number 2 sounds like this. Pentecostal fire, stirring something new. You're not gonna run out of miracles anytime soon. Resurrection power runs in my veins too. I believe there's another miracle here in this room. into chorus number 2. Here we are in chorus number 2, and we're going to beef it up this time. So these are the chords that we're using. We're going to play a G like this, and then we're going to hit the riff, but instead of playing this time we're going to hit some real chords, and we're going to hit a D to a C, G. And we'll repeat that again, and then we'll go into the second half of the chorus, which is the open the grave part. We're going to use an E minor like this, to a D, to a C, back to this G, and then hit that riff again. So altogether, chorus number 2 sounds like this. This is the sound of jawbones rattling. This is a praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of jawbones rattling. Hit that again. Into the bridge. Here we are in the bridge of the song, and I'm actually going to show you something a little bit different than the cover that I posted, because sometimes I run through these songs and I'm like, man, I should have added that part. So this is what I did in the cover. I just hung on this G chord just like this. All you need is like one finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, and I just kind of rocked on that for the first half of the bridge. My God is able to save and deliver and heal, you know, that part. But what you can do, if you want to be extra fancy and make it kind of eerie and ethereal, is you can add some harmonics in here. So all you do is you take your pinky finger and lay it across the 5th fret of the D, the G, and the B string, and you get these notes. So you can kind of hit this bass note on the 3rd fret of the E string and hit those harmonics. So it'd be like, just kind of mess around with adding those harmonics in, or you can just play it how I did in the cover, that's fine too. And then in the second half of the bridge, we're going to hit that riff just like we did in the verse. That's what we're hitting all throughout the bridge, and then at the very end of the bridge, we're going to this E minor, to this D, and then back into the chorus. So all together, the bridge sounds like this. My God is able to save and deliver and heal and restore anything that he wants to. Just ask the man who was thrown on the bones of Elisha if there's anything that he can't do. Riff, just ask the stone that was rolled at the tomb in the garden what happens when God says to move. I feel him moving it now, I feel him doing it now, I feel him doing it now, do it now, do it now. This is the sound into another chorus. Here we are in the faux final chorus, and we're just going to be playing these big chords pretty much like we played in the second chorus. So we're playing a G like this, then we're going to hit this riff, D, C, G. In the second half though, we're going to go to this E minor just to make it a little bit bigger. I'm coming, open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. And then we'll finish up with the riff. So altogether, the faux chorus, because we're gonna actually go into another chorus at the end, but the faux chorus sounds like this. This is the sound of jawbones rattling. This is a praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of jawbones rattling. End up here on the G, and we're just gonna hang on that a little bit, and I'll show you what happens next. So you could end the song right there, and that could be the end, that could be the final chorus, but in the original version that Elevation Worship put out. They kind of extended it for a really long time, so I added a little bit of that in there, and we just ended on this G chord, and now I want to show you the extra part. So this extra part is based around this G chord that we've been playing the whole song, and then we're going to add this extra part. So add the 3rd fret on the D string to the 2nd fret of the D string, back to open. So we're just going to hang on that for this whole extra part. And you just have fun with it, and you can be like, rattle, rattle, you gotta rattle, you know, whatever you want to sing here. Maybe don't make it so comedic if you're actually leading worship, but I did for the cover because I was having fun. And then you just add the extra part on that. So I'll play the whole part here. The whole extra part sounds like this. You rattle, rattle, you gotta rattle. And then you want to eventually get to live, live. Dry bones hear the word of the Lord. Live, live. Dry bones hear the jump the octave. Live, live. Dry bones hear the word of the Lord. Live, live. Dry bones hear the word of the Lord. Live, 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 live. Into the final chorus. Here we are in the final chorus of the song, and it's exactly like the Faux final chorus that we played a little bit earlier, so I'll just play through it. It sounds like this. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. This is the praise, make a dead man walk again. Up in the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. Up in the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. And on a G. Congratulations, you just learned how to lead the song Rattle by Elevation Worship with just you and an acoustic guitar. Hey, before you go, if you want to learn some more of these advanced guitar chords that I was showing you all throughout this tutorial, I've got something for you. There's a link in the description below to a free PDF called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords. In the PDF, I show you 25. It's actually 26, I think. I think I added an extra one in there. 26 advanced guitar chords that you can implement into your guitar playing to level up your guitar playing, and you can switch them out with those basic guitar chords that you've been playing. So if you want that, link in the description below. It's completely free. Other than that, thanks so much for joining me today. Until I see you in the next video, keep leading worship well.